All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. You're all very quiet and you're all depressed that it's Friday. No? Okay. You're just pensive. Good afternoon to everyone who streamed in around the country on our live stream. Jane is on the chat, so why not introduce yourself? Let us know where you are. And this intro presentation we're going to be doing, you can see I have a large jar of about 100 names. These are all the participants in our Facebook campaign that we ran this week. And so we will be drawing a lucky name out of the jar towards the end of the presentation. That individual will be given 2,500 Rand cash and a very fancy USB drive with all our collateral on it. So we'll do that towards the end of the presentation. I'll get Paul to come up and pull a name out. So without further ado, we're going through what we call our intro presentation. It is about a 35-minute presentation. It is a short and sharp business proposition because very much it's an invitation to join us in partnership here at DuePoint. If you have any questions, reserve the questions until we are finished. I'm sure someone has introduced you to DuePoint, is hosting you. Go speak to them once we're finished here. But you're very welcome to come chat to me nonetheless. So let me introduce myself. My name is Rob. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. So let's begin. You're here at our head office. We are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's Constantia's logo over there. We are a registered insurance company. We've been in operation as an insurance business for nearly 70 years. And so we are a very well-established business. You might not recognize the name or the logo. That's because we've never dealt with consumers before. We've always only dealt with other businesses. But for the first time through this division, DuePoint, are we now speaking to members of the public. And so the context of DuePoint, to give you a little bit of understanding as to why this division was founded, it was to create social impact in the form of financial impact, because you're here for only one reason. That one reason is you're here for the money. And so that's the impact that we aim to serve to the public. And so what we've done is we've opened up this business, this insurance company, to allow for social entrepreneurship. And that's why I refer to this presentation as an invitation. It is very much a business proposition to join us here at DuePoint. And so the business allows you to engage in entrepreneurship, to empower you so that you can create social impact for yourselves. We don't do it for you, we empower you so that you're able to do it for yourself. But the mandate is really one of partnership, because what we want to achieve is to create better channels of distribution. In other words, we want to reach more and more people in South Africa so that we can have as much financial impact in every corner of South Africa. We really want to be part of the solution in our wonderful country, and we invite you to come help us do that. And so your mandate becomes only to go connect people to this opportunity. That's all you have to do. Just go tell people about DuePoint, and we will pretty much do the rest. And so if you can create this channel of distribution for yourself, because the opportunity is to create a stake for yourself in this insurance business, then you get to engage in this wealth creation system, and along with it comes all these benefits, which we're going to go through. Number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. The form of the income that you are able to create here at DuePoint is what we refer to as recurring income. So you'll hear a lot of businesses bandy the term around passive income, annuity income, recurring income. But if you actually look at real business, insurance companies are one of the few companies that actually create true recurring income, because we develop something that we call a book value, and you can go speak to anyone who's involved in business. And a book value affords us this wonderful benefit of creating true recurring income. We could close our doors today and do nothing for the next month. We will still make income next month. Why? Because we have a book value, which is an asset that pays out recurring income to us, creates income for us as an insurance company every single month. It is not activity-based, right? Which employment is very much. You get told when and how many hours you have to work, right? And if you do that work, then you get paid a salary. And if anything threatens your ability to be active, then your income is threatened. Your livelihood is threatened. And that has a host of risks attached to it, right? We find ourselves in that position. That's why we're here lunchtime watching a business presentation. It is out of necessity, unfortunately. If your salary was doing everything that it was supposed to do, or everything we wished it to do, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be looking for something extra. You'd be getting a 10% increase every single year. your salaries would be beating inflation. You'd have a wonderful retirement package that you were looking forward to getting to one day. But that is not the circumstance for South Africans. And so out of necessity, this business was really born. And the ability to create recurring income mitigates a lot of that risk that we find ourselves exposed to. And then you get to enjoy the power of duplication. We allow you to go build a team around you that can help you build your channel of distribution, right? Which means that channel of distribution can be built much faster, and your income can grow exponentially in this business. Again, because you are not tied to the constraint of activity. This is not a commission or a sales-based business. This is a business that pays you for the asset, for the channel that you get to create here at DuePoint, right? And then because of the technology that we've imposed here at DuePoint, we are very bullish about technology. That's a good thing. Technology allows us to do business faster, easier, simpler, better, to coin one of the big banks' phrases that they used to use a couple of years ago. And so I hope you lean into that technology. We're able to stream this presentation to the entire country. We are in people's living rooms, offices, on their phones, so easily, right? And you get to enjoy that. It allows you to build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day. And then our business is not so much, well, I don't want to say, not only about wealth creation, because you'll get to understand that with DuePoint. We are very focused on wealth creation, but also wealth protection. Because anyone who spends time, perhaps a lifetime, creating wealth, at the same time you need to protect the wealth that you create, right? The two go hand in hand. And so it does here at DuePoint. And so we have a legal access service that's available to every single wealth engineer free of charge. Once you are active in DuePoint, you get access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. They will help you with contracts, with agreements, and they are available constantly. And so know that the wealth protection is not only in the products that we have, but also this free service for all wealth engineers. Our business has been designed to be very low risk. This has most certainly been purposeful, because our ambition, our aspiration is to create a business that empowers people to change their lives socially, financially. At the same time, we cannot make the business opportunity with a price tag. There's no registration fees. There's no boxes of product that you have to invest in. You don't have to invest lump sums into this business. We've designed it to have very little risk so that you have liberty to consider doing this business without any fear. Right? That's important, to be able to consider doing this business, because you might even be skeptical. There might be this leap of faith that you need to take to join and start doing this business. But you're free to do it, because there's nothing to lose here at DuePoint. And then there obviously are no qualifications or experience requirements. And then for me, always, the most important aspect is that you get to build an asset that you have ownership over. Right? So if you have legal tender over the channel of distribution that you build. Now think about this for a second. I don't want you to take this benefit for granted. Think about employment. We will spend 8 hours a day working for somebody else for 45 years. Think about that. With what prospects? Tell me what upside there is to employment beyond just getting by, just paying the bills. Less than 5% of the population can afford to retire. That means 95% of the population get to 60, 65 and realize they've got to go look for another job or become dependent on their family members, their children, etc. Why do we sacrifice 8 hours a day with so little prospect attached to it? And so my point is, get involved in business that allows you to create an asset that you have ownership over, that will never retrench you, that will never retire you. This business will pay out recurring income through your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, to the day you die and beyond, because assets don't disappear when you die. You get to seed real wealth to your children, perhaps even your grandchildren. You get to create legacy in this lifetime, right? That must feel wonderful. Imagine getting to the ripe old age where you're close to your deathbed, knowing that you're passing wealth on to the next generation, that you've changed not just your family's life, but for generations to come. Right? They'll certainly have your photo on the mantelpiece and say, that was the granny, the granddad that set us up, the one that sacrificed time building an asset for themselves. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in this business. Right? I love that, because people come into our business, come look at our business expecting to sell something, right? And then we tell them, no, there's no selling involved here at DuePoint, right? We remove that responsibility from you explicitly. Your only job is to go out and tell people about DuePoint. Really, just to connect them, to be able to tell them enough so that they're willing to come sit down for 30 minutes to watch what DuePoint's all about, or watch the opportunity, right? So you are going out and sharing the opportunity, not our products. That is my job, along with our website, the videos that we do around the products. I'll tell you about the products shortly, but they are financial products, and it means that the distribution is done digitally in the cloud by IT systems. How many of us have been involved in business with boxes? We've got boxes involved, right? You open the boot, there's boxes in there. Oh, you want to know about my boxes, right? You have boxes in the garage at home. We don't have that inconvenience in this business, right? And so DuePoint becomes very convenient to conduct. But your success is predicated on your ability to build this thing called a channel of distribution. This is you building your stake in this insurance company. And so it begins with you. You need to make the decision to become a wealth engineer and a product owner and to go out and connect other people, right? Just to speak to other people about the business. And if you speak to people, I promise you, statistically, people will join because of that effort on your part. And so in this little example, we've got 5 people that have joined your channel of distribution. And this is where the power of duplication takes place, right? Because those 5 people that you connected to DuePoint will go out and connect other people, and so on and so forth. And over time, this is what your channel could look like. Every dot represents a wealth engineer product owner here at DuePoint that affords you an income, recurring income every single month. This is the asset that you own. It will never retrench you. It'll pay you beyond the day you die, right? And you have liberty to grow this thing every day, to grow it every single day. There's no limitation to the size of your channel, right? And so how do we pay our wealth engineers? It's through our DuePoint return that we pay in the middle of every single month. And it's based on this 27 Rand 50 fee for every product in your qualified channel. And so if we go back to how your channel started to grow, anyone you introduce to DuePoint falls on what we call your first point. On your first point, according to the table, you can see we pay you double that 27 Rand 50 base fee. So you're earning 55 Rand for every product owner, or should I say every product on your first point. And so if you had 10 products on your first point, you'd be earning 550 Rand a month, right? Those people go out and connect people on what we call your second point. And on your second point, according to the table, again, you're earning 55 Rand. If you had 100 people on your first and second point, all product owners, now you're earning 5,500 Rand a month, right? So you get the picture. And so those people go out and introduce people onto the third point. And then you see that according to the table, that multiplier starts to drop steadily, right? The further the product gets away from you. By point 8, you're earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50, but note that we never limit the size of your channel. There's no limitation. That's why there's a little plus sign next to the 8. No limitation to the size of your channel. You can grow your channel as big as you want it. I want you to make a lifetime commitment to this business. That's our aspiration, right? Because that's where we have social impact. If someone comes to me and says, were you achieving your aspiration, your ambition in this business? I look at how many families we have impacted. Not people that have come and gone. There's no sense of achievement for us if we see people come and go. And so we've built the business to motivate people to stay entrenched at DuePoint, to make a lifetime commitment, because that's really where wealth is built. Wealth is built over decades, not years, not months. Right? And so that's our aspiration. And so we say, we will never limit the size of your channel, because I want you to know that if you spend 40 years in this business, you're going to build a channel that is 40 years big. Right? Not to get to 2 years and told, well, that's your limit. And so there's no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. But people still want to understand, well, in the short term, how much money can I make? Because we're here out of necessity. We would like to make money as fast as possible. Right? So this will give you an idea. And this is a very moderate growth model over 5 years. It is based on your ability to connect 2 people onto your first point every single month, right? So that's very moderate activity, 1 person every 2 weeks on your first point. If you can do that, you can expect these numbers. After 6 months, you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand a month, right? Now, usually I give people a lesson about debt. I'm not going to give you lessons about debt anymore. You must decide what you want to do with your money, right? When you come to training, that's when I'll lecture you about debt. But recurring income really empowers you. It empowers you to get rid of your debt faster, right? If you decide not to spend the money, if you decide to get rid of your debt faster. At month 12, you're earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. After 24 months of doing this, you're going to be close to 28,000 Rand a month. After 36 months, about 50,000 Rand a month. 48 months, you now grown to about 70,000 Rand a month in recurring income. 5 years should get you to close to about 85,000 Rand a month. It's about R1 million in recurring income annually. Right, that number is staggering, I think. Right, the 2,500 sounded like very little for 6 months' work, but at 60 months, now suddenly you're at 85,000 Rand a month. And so I'm not sure whether people actually believe this growth model or not. Right, it's based on very accurate data, and so it's pretty accurate. And most certainly you'll have people that do more than it and people that do less. But it's important for us to show real people doing the business. And so we love doing these testimony interviews because over the last 3.5 years, we've interviewed, must be close on 100 people in the business, and they're all different. And so this month we had the pleasure of having this lady, Yolandi, up on stage. She's from Ermelo in Mpumalanga. You can see she's been in the business 6 months. Admittedly, she says she's only worked for the last 4 months. She's got her channel value up to close to 2,500 Rand. You can see she's already connected 25 people. So that's good. Right, that's really good. That's ahead of the curve, so to speak. Those 25 have helped her build a channel of 64 product owners in her business over 5 points. And so you'll see this number accelerate quickly because she's building so fast on her first point. And then we've got Teresa Lillis. She's from Knysna. She's been in the business for 2.5 years, but she didn't do much until about 3 months ago. So she started off fairly well. She was in PE, then she moved from PE, and she says she got distracted and forgot about the business. But DuePoint paid her every single month while she did nothing. Why? Why did we pay her when she was doing nothing? Because we don't pay for activity. We're not commission sales-based business. We are a business that pays you for the stake that you create here at DuePoint. And so she created a stake, even though she took a 2-year holiday. But we still paid her every single month. But in the last 3 months, wonderfully, she got a lot more involved in the business again in Knysna, that sleepy little town Knysna. Right, started doing team meetings with her first pointers and her channel, and she was able to triple her income in 3 months. It just went up and up and up and up. And that's the beauty of business. You get to take control of your income here at DuePoint, right? And that is very empowering because we feel out of control currently. You do, right? Who knows? You might get retrenched on Monday. No one can ever say for sure, I'm not going to get retrenched on Monday. That's scary. And so we hope to give people a little bit of control back with regards to their income. And so, as I said, we've got thousands of people joining our business every single month. You get to decide what you want out of DuePoint. You get to decide. No one else is going to be, you can't blame anyone else. Right? Here at DuePoint, you can only blame yourself. The person looking back at the mirror, because you get to decide how you prioritize DuePoint in your life. When you wake up in the morning, are you just going to get your 8 hours out at your employer, or do you put some time in for yourself in building something that you own? And that's what I hope people do. That's, I hope, the decision that you get to make. Our XP Rewards program, this is added benefit for all our wealth engineers. There are added rewards waiting for you on top of the monthly return that we pay our wealth engineers. So I'll go through this fairly quickly to give you an idea of what the rewards program entails. At rank 5, so when your channel starts getting to various sizes, we call them ranks, right? So at rank 5, you get a business toolkit. All the other ranks are cash checks, by the way. But at rank 5, you get a business toolkit, just so that you look professional. You look like you represent the business with pride when you go out there. Very important. This is coming from someone who's been involved in advertising most of his life. I appreciate these things, right? You've got to look good. At rank 7, we take that a big step further. We get business cards manufactured for you, 1,000 cards. They cost us 17,000 Rand to manufacture. It just makes you look better than everybody else, right? I know we are better than everybody else, but when you meet somebody, they don't know that. And so you have to demonstrate that. We call it a first impression. You either make a positive first impression or you don't. The merchandise, the business, everything that we do here at DuePoint is supposed to serve you in creating a good first impression. People come to understand with time that, yes, DuePoint is much better than every other business opportunity I've ever been exposed to. But as a first impression, we help you there because everything that we do with pride. We try to do it at the utmost top level so that you create a wonderful first impression when you go speak to people. At rank 9, you will have 1,000 products in your qualified channel when you get to rank 9. The record is 5 months to get to rank 9. And when you hit 1,000 qualified products in your channel, we invite you to our Rank 9 International Conference. Right? Not just you, your family too. Your family gets to come. Whether you love your wife or husband or not, they get an invite too. Maybe you'll rekindle your love in Mauritius. Lots of laughing happening here. And so we invite you to our Rank 9 International Conference. It's 7 days away. It's a 5-star luxury resort that we go to spend time in. And we fly only business class. And it is not once off. So all the other rewards are once off. But this one is a recurring reward. So you get to enjoy this every single year for the rest of your life. That's got to feel good. That's got to feel good. And so take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. They've both been in Mauritius. The third one coming up is also going to be in Mauritius, but they've all been at different resorts. And I want you to know that you're invited to this. You can join us. You just have to put in some time. Thanks, Paul. How does that look? Who was looking at the food more than the beach? That was a Michelin star chef that prepared dinner for us the one evening. And so we've got activities planned that entire week. The kids have an absolute ball. It is a fantastic week. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. You get to choose any car you like, and we will pay for it cash, but we will put it in your name. And you get to drive that car home, park it in your garage, and go to sleep knowing there's no debit order at the end of the month. This business is about stress relief too, right? Big stress relief. And so that's a sneak peek into the rewards program. We're at rank 11, it goes up to rank 28. And this will happen along the way for you, right? This is happening while you're building your channel. while you're earning income. That wealth lies in the recurring income. These are just the nice to haves. These are you experiencing what it feels like to become wealthy. But our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated, and our products align very closely with how our business has been built, because our products, we've tried to make them accessible to everybody without discrimination. And so you'll see that our products are the same price for everybody. And they most certainly speak to wealth creation and wealth protection. Right? They're not arbitrary products. They're not boxes. They don't do anything for you. They are products designed with wealth in mind, because that's why you're here, right? Access Wealth is our first product. 324 Rand a month. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. 100 Rand of that 324 gets invested into a tax-free investment fund that is in your name. You've got full access to that fund. The insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And as I said, as long as you're over the age of 18, the price is the same for everybody. We don't want to know your blood sugar. We don't know why you went to the doctor that year. It doesn't matter to us. Right? We do not profile your risk from an age or an health point of view. And so the price remains the same for everybody. Same with WealthGuard. WealthGuard is strictly insurance. It is 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. It's going to cost you only 249 Rand a month. Right? That's about a quarter of DSTV. Did DSTV ever pay money into your account? Never! Here at DuePoint, for 249 Rand, you can start building wealth for yourself. So that is the WealthGuard product. Then we have our Family Wealth product, which is a funeral cover product. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It affords you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, covers up to additional 5 family members. You also get up to 10,000 Rand of debt protection upon your death. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And again, no excluded pre-existing conditions, right? Anyone can join this product. You've got to be over the age of 18. With this particular product, you have to be under the age of 70 when you join. But once you join, it becomes whole of life. So then you can live to 120. You'll still be covered by Family Wealth. Then we have Legal Guard, which is legal indemnity, very much. This is going to cost you 249 Rand a month. It gives you 250,000 Rands worth of legal indemnity per matter that you might experience, right? So this product very much talks to wealth protection. And it gives you a host of other benefits with regards to, they will go with you to CCMA matters. That's more stress involved with employment, CCMA. All those issues that they'll help you with agreements, divorces, all kinds of things. And so wonderful benefit with Legal Guard. And then we have Wealth Points. Wealth Points is 299 Rand a month. This product aims to lower your monthly expenditure. So we had a lovely story last week. One of our Wealth Points members went to Ford. So there you can see Eagle Ford's one of our partners. And they went and bought one of these big Ford transporters, a bus. They got 40,000 Rand discount. This gentleman is out in Mpumalanga in Bombela, and our wonderful salesman that we deal with at Eagle Ford drove the bus to him in Bombela. Right, so that's the kind of just an example of the service and the discount that you get through a lot of our partners. And so our aim is that we hope that you are able to reduce your expenditure. If you can reduce your expenditure, you can become debt-free sooner. If you can be debt-free sooner, you can become wealthier sooner. And so that is the value of our Wealth Points product. We've done updated training on all the products. So if you haven't gone and looked at the updated training, please do so. It will give you a much greater sense of appreciation of the products that have been designed specifically for DuePoint Wealth Engineers and for the South African market. Our Achiever Quest, this is your ability, or should I say your opportunity, to make money fast. You don't have to wait for your channel to grow. You're thinking, oh, how long is it? 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand if I'm connecting to? No, you can make 16,500 Rand in your first month at DuePoint through our Achiever Quest. So these are once off. They run every single month. You can do this every single month, but you have to connect 10, 20, or 30 people in a single month who pay successfully in the same month. You do 10, you get 5,000 Rand. If you do 20, you get 10,000 Rand. If you do 30, you get 15,000 Rand on top of your return. On top of your return. And so you can boost your monthly return by a significant amount and also earn a lot as a brand new wealth engineer. But a background on DuePoint, as I said earlier, we are a division of Constantia, which is a registered insurance company. You might still be skeptical at this stage. Right? I had one lady that came to me afterwards and said, no. After the presentation, I thought I gave such a good presentation. She still came to me and said, no, I think you guys talk too nicely. You're a scam. What can you say to these people? Right? How do you get rid of skepticism? How do you get rid of it? I'll tell you right now how you get rid of it. Knowledge. Knowledge. Skepticism is born out of a lack of knowledge. Right? And so I hope that even if you're skeptical, even if you're not skeptical, you will still go learn everything there is to learn about DuePoint, about who we are as a business, about who Constantia is as a business. We've got a 70-year track record. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, so we are a public company. That means we are audited publicly every single year, right? We are also regulated by the FSCA, so there's the FSP number that we operate under. That is our financial license number for our insurance license. We have long and short-term insurance license. We've got an investment license. These are all categories of financial licenses that we are allowed to operate in. We have personal indemnity, right? I can get a personal 5 million rand fine if I do anything naughty. Who's sleeping better at night? You or me? Right? I can be thrown in jail for 5 years. Right? So I've got personal liability in this business. And so all of these things should add up to get rid of that skepticism for you. But go do it for yourself. Go to the DuePoint site, the Constantia site. Go to our Conduit Capital site, who are a listed business. Right? You can go to the FSCA website, type in Constantia. You'll see all the financial licenses we have. They're printed and framed and on display outside in the foyer for you to look at. But you should have no skepticism, especially when you make a decision to join us in this business. How can you join a business you're still skeptical about that you don't trust? I want you to trust this business, and I want you to be proud of the partnership that you're in. When you go speak to people, you should have no hesitancy, right? Because you should be proud about connecting them to this business. And also you have that responsibility. If you're skeptical, how can you connect people to a business that you're still skeptical about, right? Sort out that skepticism. So what is the decision? The decision is not whether you want to join. It's not whether you want to join. The decision is for the people that have decided to join already. How do you fit DuePoint into your life? Because that's where the wealth lies. The wealth lies in you being able to go out this afternoon and tell someone about DuePoint. Every single person you see on the street, you should be seeing these dollar bills walking around you. That's what it is. Right? That's the wealth that you get to tap into. And so I hope you make an intentional decision. One that's not based on New Year's resolutions, and we're not here to quit smoking or to lose weight or to start gym, right? This cannot be a fad. This has to be a life-changing decision. So I hope this presentation has allowed your imagination to run wild, to allow you to get a little bit excited, because that excitement will help you change your life. Getting started, very easy. Register as a wealth engineer for yourself, right? The person hosting you can help you do that. 5-minute process. Download the DuePoint app onto your smartphone, because that's the tool we use to do business. Watch the training videos. Lots of training videos available for you. Not that many. It's not a 5-year degree. It's a 30-day process where you get to watch all the training and really start to know what DuePoint's all about. And we are not only about learning the system or how to prospect. We're all about self-development, about changing yourself. If you want to become wealthy, you have to change yourself. You can't be the same person and become wealthy. That doesn't work, right? Because otherwise you'd be wealthy already. You have to change yourself. You have to be open to learning, right? Learning is a wonderful thing. And then number 4, connect 3 people. That's where you start earning at DuePoint. So that should be your first goal. How do I connect 3 people successfully to DuePoint so that DuePoint can pay me? Because when you have 3 people who have all paid successfully in the same month, DuePoint will pay you at least 165 Rand. And when you see that SMS come from the bank saying you've been credited, so who's credited me? What's going on? Is this a scam? Oh, it's DuePoint. DuePoint paid me. Now you're a believer, right? Believers and builders are the people being paid. If DuePoint's never paid you, do you still believe in the business, right? So make sure you get 3 people as soon as possible. Cape Town Encounter, wonderful opportunity to go build your channels in the Western Cape. Go make a list of everyone you know in the Western Cape. Invite them to the DuePoint Encounter. It costs you absolutely nothing. Brendan will be going down there for the weekend to make believers and builders out of the people you invite to the Cape Town Encounter. So go do that. Reminder of the social media platforms that we're available on. It allows you to engage with us wherever you are in the country, right? The beautiful thing about technology. The app is available for the Apple and Android devices, and merchandise. Please go invest in some merchandise. Right? We spoke about how important creating a good first impression is. It's all about trust, actually, right? go invest in some merchandise that's available on the store. And with that, we are going to draw a lucky name. 100 people engaged with us. We ran a little campaign on, come stand here next to me, Paul, on Facebook. The campaign was, show us your face when someone says no to you. What face do you make? I know the face Paul makes when someone says no to you. He kind of gives them
I smile. You know why I smile? Because I know I'm closer to a yes.
Ah, there we go. Right? Every no gets you close to a yes. Okay. Pick one name. 2,500 Rand and a DuePoint USB stick, Lightning USB stick. Ah, the man, Michael Mahoba. Congratulations, sir.
Well done, Michael.
I think he's won something before with us. Congratulations, Michael. Paul, thank you. So, Michael, you are suddenly 2,500 Rand richer. That was easy money. Who said DuePoint? It's not about easy money. And you get a USB stick with all the training and testimonies on there for your convenience. Folks, I thank you for your time, this lunchtime, and I hope that you make a weekend that builds prosperity for you. Right? And the rest of the year, 25% left of 2019. That's a lot of time left in the year. Go make it prosperous for yourself, because my wish always for every audience is that you have the best December ever. Wouldn't you love to have the best December you've ever had? Right? And you can do it for yourself, because we believe in you and we will support you along the way. So thank you. Good luck.